This is a video lecture about aromaticity part 2. In the first part I discussed some examples which are aromatic in nature, and in that I told you that how to determine the aromaticity of compounds. Are there any rules? There are 4 key rules to understand the aromaticity. In order to judge a compound that whether or not this is aromatic, we need to judge the molecule based upon these 4 rules. Number 1, first, it must be a cyclic. It should not be open chain compound, it should not be aliphatic, it must be cyclic. Okay, any compound, if it has to be aromatic, it must obey all these 4 rules. There is no leniency in these rules. If any compound does not obey any of these 4 rules, it's not going to be aromatic. All right, so point number 1, it must be cyclic. Point number 2, every atom in the ring must be conjugated. If there are 6 atoms, all those 6 atoms must be conjugated. If you don't know about conjugation, I have made already a one video about conjugation on my YouTube channel. Please watch it. Rule number 3, third, the molecule must have 4n plus 2 pi electrons. We will explain in depth what means below. So every rule will be explained in detail later on. I am just mentioning here what are the 4 key rules for aromaticity. Rule number 4, the molecule must be flat. Okay, so it's a tricky rule, but we will understand that. All right, these are the 4 key rules to understand whether or not this compound is aromatic in character. Let's move on to understand the rule number 1 in clear depth. So this is a condition 1, the molecule must be cyclic if it has to be aromatic. So have a look at this compound. This is a cyclic, it's called benzene, and it's aromatic. If you look at this compound, this is conjugated, and all the atoms are sp2 hybridized and they are conjugation with each other, but they are not obeying the rule number 1, which is it must be cyclic. It's open chain compound. Have a look at this pyrrole compound. It's cyclic and it's aromatic. Okay, you can't just say it's cyclic and it's aromatic. All right, I'm telling you just this is the number 1 rule. We will discuss rule number 2, rule number 3, and rule number 4. And if molecule is obeying all of these 4 rules, then we are saying it's aromatic. In this slide, I'm just saying that if it's not cyclic, it's easy to say it's not aromatic. If it's cyclic, it could be aromatic or not, then we have to go through other rules as well. Okay, so this compound is not cyclic, it's not aromatic. Again, this is cyclic and it's contain a positive charge, that's called tropolyamine. It's aromatic, and this is not cyclic even though it contains positive charge, even though it contains 3 triple bonds. They are conjugated, but it's not aromatic because it's not cyclic. And if it's not cyclic, we are saying it's acyclic. Look at the cyclohexene. Even though it's cyclic in character, even though there's a double bond there, but it's not aromatic. So the rule number 1 is not a complete description for aromatic character. This is the good example where compound is cyclic and it's not aromatic. So what are the other rules that we can identify and clarify that why this compound is not aromatic? That's why we have rule number 2, rule number 3, and rule number 4. We will discuss these rules in other parts about this video lecture series, which is about aromaticity. Have a look at this again. This is a cyclic compound, but it's not aromatic. So being cyclic does not guarantee you to be an aromatic compound. All right, so if any compound is cyclic, it doesn't mean it's going to be aromatic. It could be aromatic, it cannot be aromatic as well. So we have to apply all the 4 rules. So rule number 1 was the molecule must be cyclic. If that's not cyclic, there's no question that it's going to be aromatic. That will be not aromatic at all if it is not cyclic. As easy as that. If it is cyclic, now the question arises, it could be aromatic and it could not be aromatic. So we will discuss more rules in the next video parts. So this was part 2 about aromaticity. Don't forget to subscribe and please share the link with friends. Bye.